Hello everybody, this is Jeff McDonald from East West Draftcast, bringing you an 8-4 cube draft. This is going to be a straight forcing the issue. We are going to be forcing Reanimator, which I normally wouldn't jump in an 8-4 for a forcing when I'm forcing an archetype, but and I will give it a caveat of it's possible that by what we open we're not going to force it, but I'm about 90% going to force this. But anyway, the deck's insane and generally very open online, so hopefully I'll get to show you what it's about, and I'll see you in a second. Alright, here we are, pack 1. So the deck is blue-black in general, and it can splash any of the other three colors. Usually red or green, sometimes white, but usually red or green. Unfortunately, this pack doesn't really have anything for the deck. A Firestorm is a discard outlet, although not the best one. There's a Worm Coil, which is a solid target that can also be hard cast, which is probably what we're going to take here. Prime Titan is a fine target too, but not a great target. When I say target, I mean something I'm going to reanimate from the graveyard. The rest of this, it's like control cards mostly, or that I would look to draft for this deck. Capsize being one, and I guess Duress isn't a control card, but it's a card that I don't care to first pick. Right. Then they give me a Johnny Vengeance, do they? What a bunch of jerks. So Johnny Vengeance is really good. But I think I'm gonna pass it because there are cards that are worthy of the Reanimator deck here. Those being Riftwing Cloudskate, Memory Jar, and to a much lesser extent Unearth. I'm going to take the most fun card, which is Memory Jar. We get to draw 7 and then discard a lot of those cards, often discarding reanimation targets. Yeah, it's just the most fun card. Cloudskate is good. Just a nice thing to stall the board for a bit while you're trying to combo off. And then Unearth is like, it's not that. It's a reanimation spell, but it's definitely not really what I'm talking about when I say Reanimator. Alright, we have some cards here. Puppeteer Click, solid man. You get to exile things from your opponent's graveyard. If I pick up like something like a Living Death, I would love to cast Puppeteer Click first. Also comes back after on the first Living Death. Pretty crazy. We got some good mono-red cards here, or a good mono-red card in Hero and a decent one in Ravenous Baboons. Mortify is solid. Skinrender is solid. Actually, Skinrender might be better than Puppeteer Click since it does stall better. I mean, it's not as powerful, but I mean, the deck is, it has to do some stuff before it goes off. So I think I will take Skinrender. This is also really good if we see Recurring Nightmare, which is not likely since that card goes very early. But it's possible. So this is a pick. This is what we've been looking forward to. We have one of the better targets in Simic Skyswallower. A shrouded target is very important. There are very few in the cube, and it's one of them. Vendilion Click is amazing. Everybody who's played with the card knows. Preordained digs for the reanimation spells. Spellskite protects your reanimated targets. Drowned Catacomb fixes our mana. Just a bunch of great cards here. I'm not going to take the Sky Swallower since, for one thing, it's possible to table it, and another, the targets aren't quite as important as the extra spells here. I will, on the other hand, take... shoot, I don't know. I think I'm going to take the Click. It's the most powerful card, and yeah, it can buy us some time. Jeez, a Moloku this late? Really? Huh. Well, we might audible. Ugh. I hate audibling. Actually, Nightscape Familiar. Shoot. So Nightscape Familiar is really good in this deck. There's no way I'm passing a Moloku. Moloku is one of the best creatures in the cube, I think. Blue being probably the best color. It makes no sense for me to be getting a 5th pick in pack 1. So I guess I'm taking it. Unfortunately, we are not seeing what we want to be seeing here. I really do want to take Nightscape Familiar. It fits the plan better, but Moloku's just so much more powerful. I'm just going to take Moloku. Alright, I like this pack because it has a Vampiric Tutor, which is what we're taking. Easy, easy, easy. We have other card that I wouldn't mind taking here is Arid Mesa, fetching up a color that we are splashing, but right now we're splashing nothing. Vampiric Tutor is a very important piece of the puzzle in that if you're playing combo, guess what? Tutors are good. So happy to take it. Well, here's another 2 good cards. We have Woodfall Primus and Lightning Greaves. The Primus is what I'm going to be taking here. Greaves is nice because it hastes the target you pull, and it also has the bonus advantage of maybe being something that you tinker away for a tinker target, because this deck is also the tinker deck. It can play both roles. I already have a tinker target, so it is nice, but I don't have a tinker. So if I had a tinker in my pile, I'd take the Greaves pretty easily here. But since I don't, this is one of the few cards that you reanimate to deal with non-creature permanents. So it's nice to have. Oh yes, last pick reanimate. That's exactly what we were hoping for. So this is unfortunate as well. There's an Intuition in the pack, and Intuition is an amazing card in this deck because it's a double entomb, essentially. You get to search up 3 bombs, and they get to choose which 2 go to the graveyard, unfortunately, but usually it doesn't matter. I mean, at least one of the 3s, or one of the 2 that they put in the graveyard is going to be worth it. But Reanimate is the namesake of the deck. Hello, Reanimate. And we tabled Capsize and Duress. Duress is actually really good against us, which makes me kind of want to take it. Capsize, also really good against us. Shoot. What's better against us? What's more main deckable and scary? I guess it's the Capsize. Oh, but Duress is important too. I kind of hate Duress in Cube, so I'm going to take Capsize. I hate cards that can become dead later. Wow, every card we talked about came back, I think. Well, no, there was a dual land that I wanted. We haven't taken any lands, which is pretty below the curve for me, but that's okay. I'm going to take a Cloud Skate here. So we can kind of be like looks like a hybrid deck here. We're going to be a hybrid control combo deck, which is actually a version of the deck that I really don't mind playing. And wow, Puppeteer Click came back. That's perfect. Easy pickup there. And the card here that's going to beat us is Rancor. This is the pack that had the Simic Sky Swallower. Unfortunately, it's gone. But that's okay. Rancor will beat us because it beats really hard. So it's going away. And we tabled the Nightscape Familiar. Ah, so good. Alright. Feeling good. You might think Lotus Petal is good because we're combo, but still not good enough. I mean, going off a turn earlier is not as important as you might think, since we actually get to go off pretty damn early anyway. So, I mean, right now we don't have a lot of the support. We have 2 targets. one reanimation spell, no discard, which is important to see, and then we open a Liliana, of course. Oh, and a Servitude? Shoot. Shoot. So, Liliana is one of the better discard outlets. Diabolic Servitude is a reanimation spell. The question is, I know that Liliana won't table. Will Diabolic Servitude? I think that the Servitude is slightly more important since there's so many more discard outlets. There's also an Alchemy in the pack, which might table, which is huge. There's also Shackles. Jeez, that's not tabling. The Infiltrator might table, which I don't mind in the control style. There's so many cards I'm okay to see come back. I think I'm actually going to take the Servitude here, since we really do need reanimation spells more than anything else. So that's going to be the pick. But, man, hate passing to Liliana. Such a good discard outlet. But we might be able to get the Forbidden Alchemy back, which is about just as good, actually. But it's not a Planeswalker, so doesn't control the board quite as well. Alright, we have Broodmate Dragon. Is actually a pretty solid target. I actually think it's coming back, so I'm definitely not going to take it here. Wow, Chrome Mox, I didn't even know that was in here. That's not that bad of a pick. So we're looking at Chrome Mox, Into the Royal. We already have a Capsize, so I don't think I'm going to take the Into the Royal. Miscalculation, which is pretty solid. And, I mean, Broodmate, I think it's going to table, so I'm not going to take it. We could go EE, but nah, I don't need an EE. So Chrome Mox, Miscalc, Into the Royal. Chrome Mox, they say. Chrome Mox is definitely better than Lotus Petal. I mean, it takes up 2 spots, but it's reusable. I don't know, I'm going to take the Miscalc here. I really actually do like Miscalculation quite a bit. And there's Skeletal Vampire. Nice. Yeah, this is a pretty easy pick for me. Although Despise is actually kind of awesome. You get to turn 1 Despise, turn 2 Reanimate what you just despised from them. Unfortunately, Diabolic Servitude is only my own graveyard, so it doesn't work with that card, although it's 4 mana, so it's not as backbreaking. Skeletal Vampire, though, really powerful guy. I mean, he's like the poor man's Grave Titan. Grave Titan is one of the best reanimation targets, so it is better than it seems, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to take a Despise over Skeletal Vampire. I could table the Despise pretty easily here, and I'd be happy to see Sphere of the Suns, Verdant Catacombs come back, but that's probably not going to happen. Okay. Mannequin. Hello, Mannequin. So, little sad that I passed the Liliana now. Now that this is our 3rd Reanimator spell. It is this. The Mannequin and the Servitude are the 2 worst black reanimation spells because they cost 4. And unfortunately, we didn't get the Simic Skyscrawler, which makes Mannequin just a straight reanimation spell. But it's still pretty good. Like, you can reanimate Skeletal Vampire and feel pretty good about it. You get some bats out of the deal. Same with Woodfall Primus. Awesome with Makeshift Mannequin. And in fact, Wormcoil Engine. All of my targets are great with it. So I can't really complain too much about Mannequin. Yeah, I mean, otherwise I would take a Felwar Stone here, but I'm not gonna. Okay, so time for the hate draft? Time for the hate draft. It is possible that I take Hex Parasite here for the sideboard, dealing with Planeswalkers that are a problem. Although, I don't know. It's really pretty mediocre. Like, Calciderm is kind of a beating against us. What else is kind of a beating against us? Orin Viper, I guess. Not. I mean, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I will just take the Hex Parasite. Nothing in here is too extremely great. I do love me an Exalted Angel, but not too afraid of it. Take a Hex Parasite. Yes! My favorite guy. Look at his beautiful grin. Yes. God, I've been getting the best cards on an 8th pick. Yeah, Psychotog. I had a big argument with my buddy Spencer, who we share a cube, about he wanted to take Psychotog out, which it's just so awesome. Love this card. It's a backup plan. It's a discard outlet. It's everything I ever wanted in blue-black, and there it is. Future Sight, also one of my favorite cards in the cube, but not in this deck. And none of the other cards are even close, so sweet. Potence. Oh, yes. Oh, that was an 8th pick. I'm sorry. That was 6th pick. Yeah. But anyway. Ideas Unbound. Sup. Draw 3, discard 3, obviously discard outlet. So we just got 2 discard outlets in a row. Feeling very good now. We just want better targets, pretty much. Yeah, that's about it. Memory Lapse is going to be annoying against us. Same with like Jogglehops, or I mean Jogglehops not that annoying, but oh, hello Polluted Delta. That is awesome. All right. So yeah, we get Polluted Delta, which is fixing. Hey, hey. And right now our deck is straight blue-black. We haven't splashed for a card yet, so that's pretty awesome. And we might just end up being straight blue-black, meaning our mana is going to be fine, but getting Polluted Delta is always helpful. And we got Shackles and Forbidden Alchemy back? Holy crap. Shackles? Am I taking Shackles? There are a lot of decks that just lose straight up to this card. I just got 2 discard outlets, Psychotog and Ideas. Do I need another? Oh, shoot. Alchemy is so important in this deck. Shackles. Yeah, I'm sorry. We're comboing. We're not controlling. But jeez. Alright, we're gonna take the Broodmate here. I do like reanimating that guy. And yeah. I mean, Chromox is here again. But yeah, this was actually what I wanted the first go around. But I knew it would table. So I get it there. Call the Skybreaker. Not gonna play it probably, so maybe I should just hate to naturalize, since it kills our Servitude, and maybe another reanimation spell that we get next pack. Yeah, we're not gonna play Call the Skybreaker. It's not our plan. Grimgreen is on color. Unfortunately, it doesn't really do much here, does it? No, I mean, I guess it's good with Moloku. We'll take a Grimgreen. I'm not really afraid of the rest of these cards. Alright, Calciderm. Hating that. This, unfortunately, is not really the kind of target you want, although it is, like, kind of bomby. It's just really easy to kill and deal with. All our other targets, like, either put more guys into play. Oh, Corpse Dance. It's the poor man's reanimation spell. It's not really a reanimation spell because it's until end of turn, but it's a card. And actually, Gamble is pretty good in the deck, although I don't think we need it in this version. But it is nice. Okay, so what are we doing here? We have some of the best cards in the cube, being Stoneforge Mystic and Goblin Guide. Stoneforge, obviously, big range in how good it is. But if you have a sword, Stoneforge is insane. If you have a Batterskull, it's even more insane. If you have, like, a Nekote, which I believe is in this cube, it's terrible. Goblin Guide, obviously the premier one-drop for the red deck, which is a big bad deck that will beat us. For sure. Our deck loses to mono red real easy. With that said, removal is quite nice against mono red, and it's up to Bone Shredder or Terror. If we had a recurring Nightmare, I'd take Bone Shredder like in a second. But even without it, I think I'm going to take Bone Shredder over Terror just because it kills something and then chumps something. It tends to save more life than Terror will, even though it's cast a turn later. I probably should look at my cost sort, seeing as I haven't done that yet. Hiding that, cost sorting. Feeling alright here. Cloudscape is a 2. Yeah. Okay, so Metamorph, totally awesome. I get to reanimate something and then copy it. Night's Whisper, draw 2. Solid dude. Palladium Mirror can actually ramp me up to these spells that I can actually cast, like Skeletal Vamp and Wormcoil Engine, which is nice. Loyal Retainers gets a legendary creature. I have one of those, Maloku, or 2, I guess, Grimgrin. Not good enough. Oh, I guess Vendilion as well. But I'm gonna take the Metamorph. It's just real good. Copies. Can copy opponent's stuff. It's real good. Okay. Here we see a Tormod's Crypt, which obviously we don't want to see that. That's unfortunate to see there. And I will hate that on the wheel. I can't justify hating it here because there are cards that we do kind of need to stay alive, such as Agony Warp, yeah, and then there's also a reanimation target in Inferno Titan, although not the best reanimation target. I'm gonna take the Agony Warp, I think. I'm not hating the Tormod's Crypt, am I? Maybe I am. You know what? I'm gonna hate. I mean, I'm looking here up at 25 cards. I mean, I'm not gonna play all these, but my deck is nearly complete. I just mostly just want better targets. So I'm just gonna hate the Tormod's Crypt. It's gonna destroy us, so I don't want that happening. And there's an Animate Dead. Hello. All right, so we are up to 4 reanimation spells. I really wish I took that Simic Skyswaller. I do not remember what I took over it. Whatever it was incorrect, or at least in hindsight. Yeah, Animate Dead is for sure the card. This card's just amazing in Cube in general. But yeah, I'll be taking that, no problem. And oh, frick, Exhume. Well, and Show and Tell. Jeez. Trastodon, Sheoldred, Show and Tell, Exhume. Gross. I'm gonna take Sheoldred. Oh, and a Vortex? Ugh. That card will beat us in a second. Alright, well, we actually might table a card here. I don't think so, though. What do we have? 9 cards showing, so 2 are coming back. Which means Obliterate and Sprouting Thorn next, probably. So no, we're not tabling anything. But I'm going to take Sheoldred over Terastodon. I need the targets more than I need the Exhume. Unfortunately, this is not the... it doesn't, like, do something when it comes into play type target, but it is the target to get when you know your opponent's not going to have a way to deal with your target. Frantic Search is the perfect... yeah, I really want that. I also really want Innocent Blood, but I need to be drawing and discarding my things, so Frantic Search is the card for sure. Masticore actually does discard as well, so it is a way to discard, although Frantic Search obviously does an infinitely better job of that. So that's what I'm taking. And Thirst. Okay. We made it, people. We did it. Are you proud? I'm proud. Yeah, so we are drawing and discarding like nothing else. And we are getting a Sundering Titan on the last pick. That's awesome. Forbid and Narcolepsy are actually both solid in this archetype with Forbid, another discard outlet. Pretty cool one too. And Narcolepsy, an important removal spell, although we're just going to combo off. We're not going to spend all that much time removing their creatures. So yeah, we're just going to combo off with things like Sundering Titan. And then there was this pack. I've seen a lot of people comment on Stunted Growth. It's a pretty interesting cube consideration. I just wanted to talk about it briefly. It sucks, I think. I think it's just not good. But feel free to disagree with me. I think it's actually worse than a discard 3. I'm going to take the processor, by the way, because I'm most afraid of that. Oh, wow. Palladium Mirror and Night's Whisper. Would I rather have the draw 2 or the guy that can ramp me into Wormcoil, Skeletal Vampire, Sheoldred, Moloku, Puppeteer? Yeah, the mirror feels pretty good. Ugh. That was a hard one. I should really... No, that's not happening. Old man, welcome to the program. Hey, Fathom Seeder's not actually that bad. How is Venser here? Maybe I'm splashing Venser? Is there a reason to? I don't think so. Unfortunately, no. Alright, Fathom Seeder. Oh, wow. Terastodon Exhume? Do we want Exhume? Is there a reason to take Exhume? Yeah, we gotta take Exhume. I just want more... I might be wrong. Oh, cool, Goblin Welder. I mean, I'm probably not gonna try to splash that, but amazing with Wormcoil Engine. And a Lumberjack. Anyway, this deck will be fun. I probably should have taken the Fatty over the Exhume, but I don't know. I already have a way to deal with non-creature permanents being Woodfall Primus. Although the Terastodon does something else very different, which is destroys all my own stuff and gives me a gigantic army. But it's pretty rare that you want to do that. So anyway, let's start building it. We'll start with the Fatties. So he's definitely in. There's no way he's not. Broodmate is a probably. Obviously Crypt is out. Hex Parasite's not happening. Alright, where are we? Wormcoil's in for sure. Sundering Titan for sure. Let's see. Sheoldred, yes. I think Skeletal Vampire is going to be a for sure as well, since it's solidly castable. So that's 5 targets. Skeletal is closer to a cast / target, same with Wormcoil. Although Wormcoil is very worthy of reanimating. Yeah, I like our stuff here. I do wish we had one Shroud guy. Simic Sky Swallower, yes, again, I'm sad he's not here. Because we have all the others covered. We have big land destruction, we have non-creature permanent destruction, we have the crazy value card, we have the thing that makes some dudes, and we have the lifelinker, which is... The lifelinker is all important. If you do not have the lifelinker, your reanimation deck is much worse. But I might bring this Broodmate Dragon in too, but for now we're going to leave it out. Excuse me. So now let's bring in the reanimation spells. So we have Reanimate. We're going to consider Vampiric Tutor one of them. Animate Dead. Exhume. Servitude, Mannequin. That is 6 reanimation spells. Holy crap. So now let's go with the discard. So Psychotog, Ideas, Forbidden Alchemy, Frantic Search, Thirst for Knowledge. And that is the discard. Okay, that's 16 cards so far. Oh no, Memory Jar. Which I think is making it. It's not for sure making it, but it's probably making it. Of course, Dance is not happening. Bone Shredder is a necessity. We do need to kill things sometimes. Nightscape Familiar makes our blue spells cost less mana, although we really don't have that many. I guess there's a lot that I haven't put in yet. Well, Meloku's in. Let's not kid ourselves here. Click is probably in. Oh, Metamorph is in. Alright, let's... This actually makes Frantic Search produce a mana. It's kind of cool. Forbidden Alchemy, the flashback costs 1 less with him in play. He also is a regenerating blocker. So we'll put that familiar in. Now we have Palladium. So let's look at all the cards we want to bring in and move all the ones we're not interested in to the side. Those are not. That's in there. So we need 2 cards here. 2 cards. 2 cards. So Force Spike's not happening. So we have, let's see. Skin Render is a good way to slow them down. Palladium Mirror is a good way to speed us up. That's another reanimation target. Do we need it? So many reanimation spells that I'm gonna say we do. Just the fact that we have, we just have so many. I can't. I can't imagine that we don't want that in. So right now we actually only have 2 reanimation targets that we can't cast, which is pretty awesome. Meaning that I think Palladium Mirror is the last card to come in, since it ramps us into. It's like the like backup plan of the deck, besides something like Psychotog, which is a sweet backup plan, especially with Memory Jar. Oh, I didn't even realize that. How cool! I can't believe I'm not playing Puppeteer Click. Maybe that's just wrong. A lot of these cards are really good. Miscalc is pretty nice to have access to. Jeez. Yeah. I mean, I'm fine not playing Old Man. Fine not playing Capsize. These are the cards I can side in. Guess I'm fine not playing Cloudskate. So it's like, these are the cards I'm really sad I'm not playing. Click, as everybody knows, is just the nutty, crazy awesome. It can actually dig me for a reanimation spell, technically. But more importantly, it gets rid of an important card out of their hand and jumps or trades with something else. Oh, shoot. Like, I'm not being aggressive with Click, so maybe that's okay to not play it. God, so many cards I just hate to not play here. Maybe I don't need, like, a makeshift mannequin. Maybe. Maybe that's the cut. Makeshift mannequin for one of these bad boys. For, like, I mean, what are we dead to? We're dead to some really fast. We're dead to a mono red deck. I mean, that's just the way this deck kind of goes. It just loses to mono red, which makes me want what? Skin Render or Vendilion Click, I guess. I mean, Skin Render also gives me the possibility of I can actually reanimate this guy, which seems bad. I mean, in terms of like compared to these things, but it does actually FTK something. So there is something to be said about that. I love Miscalculation. It cycles, it protects my combo from other counters. Although, I didn't see a lot of counters, so I don't think I have to worry all that much about counter spells. Yeah, I think I'm going to play the Skin Render, since just more FTKs is probably, we just need to survive a bit and play the kind of like hybrid Reanimator deck. I mean, this is a straight Reanimator deck. I'm not going to pretend that I'm playing control here. I don't have many control cards besides Skin Render, Bone Shredder. List ends there, or Moloko. But I do have the bombs. Yeah, I think this is the deck. All right, let's see what they got for us. Not playing any of those, so that's 4 lands I get to add. 2, 3, 4. Is that what it's going to look like? So it's 8 blue sources. The only double blue card we have is Ideas Inbound, and 10 black sources, where we might need double black on turn 4. Although we might need double blue on turn 2. I mean, if we can combo off, and that's our discard outlet, we need 2 blue. We could go 8 and 8. Not completely against it. I mean, it gives me 9 sources of both. Yeah, that's probably what I want. I have no reason to want more swamps otherwise. Yeah. Alright, 30 seconds left on the clock. We're submitting the deck. See you for round 1.